Greetings, my fellow hunters, and welcome to another Reddit read. Yes, two in a row. Yes, I've got time, but I promise I will be doing a review or first impressions. I don't know which one will be, but who knows. Anyway, I thought we should revisit one of my older videos, actually one of my first Reddit reads, Antivaxxers, part 2 this time. So, as I always say, my hunters, strap in and let's enjoy the cringe of antivaxxers. Alright, my hunters, let's start off with this interesting one. It's quite entertaining. I have autism, but it wasn't caused by vaccines. That's it. That's all I want to say. Feel free to message me and argue. And plus, even if my autism was caused by vaccines, I can still lead a normal life and I'm happy I never have gotten chickenpox and tetanus. So, here we have another one, and this one is just simply simple, but gets to the point really nicely. Please read what I have to say. So people have said that there are microchips in the vaccines. So you are saying that there is something going into my body that is microscopic, that's been mass-produced in China, and is impossible to build with no high-tech equipment to track my position? If it's true, then it's good. Think of it this way. If someone is killed, they can look at who was the closest to the person at the time of death and catch the killer. Or, if you go missing, they can find and save you. It's not going to harm you, so why worry? He kind of makes a good point. In fact, I'd say that the phone that we use is more capable than tracking us than having the complexity of injecting us with microscopic tech that can track us. Why go through all the hassle when my phone can do all that with just a simple click of the switch? So yeah, I can never understand these conspiracy theories thinking that the vaccine is going to inject us with microscopic chips that can track our very movements. In fact, I think I consider that a bonus, so if I go missing, people know where to find me, or if I'm, axed, I'll be fine. And someone can find and hopefully find my killer. So yeah, I see no big problem with that. Alright, my hunters, this one's gonna be the long one, so please be patient, and I hope you enjoy, because this one's just makes pretty good point on how bonkers conspiracy theorists and anti-vaxxers truly are most of the time, if not all the time. Anti-vaxxers, conspiracy theorists, and the inability to accept that bad things happen for no reason. So, I come from a family of anti-vaxxers. That's always charming. My parents are also really into conspiracy theorists, the natural medicine, which has its place, but that is not a cure-all for everything. It's not a cure-all for anything, I would say. I have coworkers who think along the same lines. The only thing I notice about these people is that they are totally incapable of accepting that bad things just sometimes happens, and it's no one's fault and no one did anything to cause it. They always have to blame tragedy on something humans did. Oh, you got your cancer. That's because you ate red meat or you didn't use all natural cleaning products. And of course, COVID was just made in a lab in Wuhan, and the vaccine is totally gonna kill a bunch of people, but my immune system still will protect me from COVID. And anything bad that happens, it's caused by the government or humans, not nature. It's just really juvenile and toxic. They're endangering people's lives by telling them not to trust science. Their beliefs are also incredibly damaging to people who are chronically ill and have no choice but to rely on science. I'm dealing with a possible autoimmune disease diagnosis, not yet confirmed, and I'm totally not looking forward to everyone in my life telling not to take the drugs and prevent my joints from deteriorating because they come with side effects. And I'm sure if I get sick with something else in the future, they'll just tell me it's my fault for taking medicines or vaccines, roll eye emoji. I really need not eat or add anything to this, because frankly this guy just said everything I needed to say. People like anti-vaxxers and conspiracy theories willingly put other people's lives in risk and blame anything that's man-made instead of looking to natural causes. Because In their little minds, they can't accept that nature is not friendly. It's deadly towards humans. It doesn't like us. It doesn't care for us. And frankly, I really wish they get it through their thick heads that nature is not for us. Jesus, it's so difficult to get that through their little heads sometimes. Always man-made or governments or whatever. Insert conspiracy theories here. It gets frustrations to no end. So, my hunters, I think we have something here related to Antivaxx because it has to do with essential oils, but since it's still under the Antivaxxers, I think I'm going to read it out. And this one's quite an interesting read, and if you want to, I can leave the link to the article down below, so let's get on with it. Scientists find new evidence linking essential oils to seizures. Analyzing 350 seizure cases, researchers found that 15.7% of seizures may have been induced by inhalation, ingestion, or topical use of essential oils. After stopping use of oils, the vast majority did experience another seizure. And the bottom just repeats it, so no point in, reading it twice. So, next, we have a long one about polio. And I hope you guys are sitting down and having a nice hot cup of tea while watching this, because I think this one will take a little long time. But hey, I'll do this for you, my hunters. How many of you know a polio survivor? Any other eradicated diseases? My great-uncle Brulin was born in West Virginia in the 1920s. He got polio when he was 16 and spent several months in an iron lung. For the rest of his life, he would walk with a cane and speak with great difficulty. He was sterilized by the disease and never married. He became a mechanist, working at local railroads and mines. He lived with his mother, my great-grandmother, until she died in 1996. He passed away a few months later, and his sister and nephews at his side. He was a sweet and gentle and brilliant man who loved to teach anyone patient enough to listen to him. He made beautiful toys and jewelry and models in his tiny shop behind great-grandma's house. He brewed dandelion wine and painted. I got to talk to him in my early teens about what it was like for him to grow up back then. But when I asked him, I was pretty much the same age when he was stricken. He cried a little as he told me about what he went through. But he lit right back up, told me the happiest day of his life was when he heard about the vaccine. He was already changed for life, but now he knew his sister and her kids wouldn't catch it. He'd been pretty optimistic about humanity since then. I'm sharing this here because sharing his story with an elder coworker got him to stay home and mask up a while back. I think he stopped listening around polio because he was old enough to remember it firsthand. Maybe it'll help you talk to someone you know. Well, this was a depressing one, but he made a good point. The fact is that if we went back to the 1920s when polio was still around, people were desperate, people were dying, people were being crippled and worse because of a disease they couldn't be vaccinated for. And when the vaccine finally came out, it was a life changer. People actually could live. They could actually go out. They can actually not worry about being crippled for the rest of their life and actually live a normal life. And fast forward to 2021, we have people who are basically anti-vaxxers who basically go against science, peddle their own snake oil, risk other people's lives because, oh, it's my body, my choice, when it's everybody's body and it's everybody's choice, because when you don't vaccinate, you harm other people. It doesn't matter if it's your choice. Your choice affects everyone around you. And your blatant disregard for other people's well-being just because you read a Facebook article means nothing to the science that has proven that vaccines help people. They do not harm people. And I sit here thinking back to not the previous, but just 2 generations ago, when the fact is that people were lucky if they didn't catch a disease. But now, we can actually fight them with vaccines, and people can live longer and healthier. But the fact is, people, like I said before, anti-vaxxers just don't get it. They are just maniacal and egotistical to the point that they don't care about anyone but themselves and are willing to put other people in harm's way just to fuel their narrative and their persecution complex. And frankly, it's people like them that make me disgusted that they put other people in harm's way. I'm sorry, I just get emotional when I hear this, because the fact is, so many innocent children die because their parents don't vaccinate them for simple diseases, and they say they would rather have their child die than have autism. And as someone who has autism, they can go to hell. It's not like a disease, I'm not like broken, I'm just different. I'll save that for one of my specials when I do my life with autism. But who knows? That might be an interesting one. Well, my hunters, I hope you enjoyed that Reddit read. Let me know if you've had any experience with anti-vaxxers, or even if your family are anti-vaxxers. Put that down in the comment below and let me know. I'd very much be interested in hearing that. As I usually say, thank you for watching. If you watched to the end, like and subscribe. That helps me monstrously a lot. Like I said, I said that. Give me a... Join my Discord if you want to talk to me. I'm very much a very likable person. Oh, how about joining my Patreon? If you join my Patreon, you get a little bit early. But hey, you support me, and it gives me a help. So thank you very much, my hunters. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye, my hunters.